Here's a quick video on how to possibly fix the GE Cafe over-the-counter microwave with a safety interlock problem on the switches. The symptom of this problem is it blows the fuse continually. You can replace the fuse as many times you want and it'll keep blowing. This is the fuse that's for the power system in the microwave, not one of the thermal fuses. So this fuse basically shuts down the whole unit. There's the model. There's the year. I suspect many of these units over the years were made very similar, even if it has a different model number. So the problem I found to be was these interlock switches here and here. Inside the microwave, I've put it back together now unfortunately, but inside the microwave there are 3 switches, 2 on the bottom and 1 on top. All 3 of these switches have to be triggered properly by the mechanism on the door, those 2 hooks there, at the right time, otherwise they blow the fuse. It's called a dead man switch, so if one of the switches get hit before the others, it actually puts the power to ground, which blows the fuse. I can only guess they did this so that idiots tampering with the safety interlock will hopefully have a lower chance of success in nuking their own brains. So yeah, that's just my guess. Anywho, after a lot of troubleshooting on this baby and blown fuses, I finally think I solved the problem. It's been months now functioning correctly. The main problem is, I think on my unit anyways, the door has sagged. So if you see the door basically sagged, the door has gone down over time, I think from kids and folks grabbing it, pulling it down a slight bit. I can find no way to fix that door. There's no adjustable parts in there. But what I did to fix it was, first of all, you have to take off this top panel, screws on top here. Then you have to take off this power panel. It's all very easy to get apart to get access to the switches in here. Once you have access to the switches, I was able to push. Now if you look in here, you'll see the switch that is the actual problem. Try and get a light in there at the right angle. You see that little switch, that little nubbin right at the top there. You can see that guy. That's the problem one, actually. What I did is I stuck a piece of paper inside to push that switch sideways to align better with the little hook. The other thing I did, if you can see a little bit of sort of powdery dirt in there, I put a bit of flour, baking flour, on the bottom black part there, so that when the hook goes in, it actually traces a path. So you can see the actual path of the hook there. I wish I could point to it for you, but anyhow, you can see where that runs now. It's almost perfectly lined up with the switch, and it wasn't before. Last thing I did, which is super lame, might help a little bit, is on this hook, I put a bit of duct tape with a toothpick, actually. In my case, I had to put on this side to basically effectively widen the hook. Seems to work. It's a bit lame, but couldn't figure out what else to do with these hooks, because if you look closely on the inside of the hook, I don't know if you can focus on that inside of the hook. Oh boy. Yeah, there you can see it right there. It's hollow, so it's really hard to actually attach anything to that hook, and of course gluing to plastic is always next to impossible, so I don't know, seems to work. The other idea I had was some of the more expensive 2-sided Gorilla Tape maybe stuck to the side of the switch if this wasn't solving my problem. Could go that way as well, but again, with that hollowing out to this side, it'd be really hard to stick to that. And of course, as time goes by and things move and physical forces, it's going to come off. But for now, it's worked, so maybe send some feedback on this if this helps you or not. Just be sure those hooks are aligned with the switch. Maybe if I get feedback that warrants this, I could actually take apart the panels and film it for you. But I think once you guys get this unit apart, you will probably see pretty easily the interlock switches in there. Of course, don't do any of this with the microwave powered up. Make sure it's unplugged for safety. Stay away from the big capacitor in there. The capacitor is far away from anything I've been touching in the control panel here, so you should be fine. Interested in your feedback if this helps anyone. Basically, this saved me, I don't know, $600-ish, whatever this unit is worth. So it was well worth the time invested. Thanks, and hope it works for you.